Previously... What would happen if I just... Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we have the Figure Standard Amplified Omegamon, or Omnimon if you're from the West. This kit is from Bandai and was released in October of 2019. If you didn't know, first appearing in the Digimon movie, where it defeated a super virus infecting everything in the world, Omegamon is a mega level Digimon, generally created from the fusion of Metal Garurumon and Wargreymon. It's also a member of the Royal Knights, a group of super powerful Digimon who are kind of like the secret police of the Digimon world, kinda not really, but generally they're just assholes. And for whatever reason, I'm not sure why Omegamon's localized here as Omnimon, but here in the West he's called Omnimon. So don't worry, they're pretty much the same thing. Also, interesting note, this is not the first iteration of this kit. It looked like Bandai was trying to release the Digimon model kit lines a lot earlier. They were called the Reboot series. This Omnimon was actually the first model kit that was supposed to be released in that line, and it looked like there was supposed to be other Digimon that was going to be released. However, Bandai chose to scrap the idea, but not before releasing one kit, the Reboot Omnimon, of which the Amplified kit is based on. Through my research, I found that these two kits are very similar, nearly identical, with the only difference I noticed being the head shape and the right shoulder pauldron spikes. And I guess Digimon got popular again. They rebranded, slapped on the Amplified name, and the rest was history. And technically, this is the first kit of that series. So let's take a look. First up, box art's pretty cool. You'll notice that it's a pretty small box, so not that many runners. On one side of the box, we have a static image of the Omnimon, or Omegamon, whatever you want to call it. Not sure why they changed the name. Keep in mind that the image here is of a painted kit. Straight build will not look like this. And on the other side of the box, we got some action poses. And I gotta bring some attention to the sword. It will not look like this when you build the kit. And I'll expand on that when we get to it. Otherwise, from the images themselves, it looks pretty cool. The redesign doesn't look that drastic until you take a look at the Wargreymon and Metal Garurumon's head. But these are just images. How does the kit actually look like? And I gotta say, not that bad. I built this kit in 2019, it's panel lined, and all the stickers are applied. And it costed me $68 plus tax, so $72 or something dollars Canadian. I forgot how long it actually took me to build this, but I remember it being very easy to build. I want to reiterate that this frame is pretty much the same one as the 2010 version, and it still looks pretty good. I wonder why Bandai didn't continue the series back then. But I digress. Zooming in, you can see that the kit does have some pretty decent colored separation, especially on that chest piece. But important disclaimer here, the white plastic used on this kit is very brittle. A piece of the chest actually broke as I was cutting another piece off the runner. There wasn't any physical contact, the piece just broke by itself. Though I managed to fix the piece, keep that in mind that the plastic is brittle. I don't think the recording does it justice, but it's not like your typical Gundam white. It has a very nice glossy sheen that comes out. And it is very noticeable on the wings. Because this kit is an amplified kit, they redesigned the cape into a set of wings. And they look pretty good, especially if you panel line it. However, the wings are quite heavy and have a tendency of falling off. The connector piece is just too weak for the cape. Also, because of the amplified redesign, the shape and design of the Metal Garurumon and Wargreymon's heads were also changed, and very noticeable next to the anime illustration. Though they look different, they definitely don't look bad. Like the overall appearance of the kit itself, they have a decent amount of surface level detail, and can definitely make use of panel lining. Overall for appearance, the Omegamon Amplified looks pretty good, and despite minimal sticker usage, I have one big glaring issue. Instead of giving us a nice, good-looking color-separated sword, they decided to give us a sticker to put on it. I would be okay if the black parts with the writings are stickers, however, the whole blade is just a sticker covering it. They've done chrome katanas before, so why not this? From a faraway glance, it doesn't look bad, but it's bad. Sticker's bad. Otherwise, I like the appearance of the kit. Yeah, let's just look at something else. Off to articulation. Starting with the head, we have some side-to-side movement, very little up and down head tilt, and a full 360. More torso articulation, just gonna move the arms up. We have a decent side bend, excellent back extension and decent ab crunch, and a full but clunky 360 rotation. Now taking a look at the back, we have the cloak. They are made up of 3 major segments that can rotate out about this much. Any more and they start clashing into each other, and that might just cause damage. And in contrast to the nice glossy white that the cloak has, the opposite side is a matted red. As for attachment, the cloak is attached on this little hook here, which allows it to tilt outwards, like so, However, I gotta say the attachment is trash. The cloak is actually pretty heavy for the attachment to hold on, so it comes off if you look at it the wrong way. So just be careful with it falling. Moving on to arm articulation. Since it has two different types of arms, we're going to just start with the Wargreymon, and it is able to abduct this much. We have this much of an internal and external shoulder rotation. The shield over here is attached onto a ball joint and has some very limited swivel movement. There's an upper bicep rotation. Though difficult, it can perform a full 360, but because the Wargreymon's head is so big, it's a little clunky, and because of this it also affects the bend of the elbow. And if I remove the sword, we can see that the Wargreymon's mouth opens really wide. For the shoulder pauldron on the other side, it's also on a ball joint, giving it some swivel movement. Arm abduction is the same as the other side, as is the bicep rotation. Also similar to the other side, atrocious elbow bend. But Metalgarumon's mouth can open really wide as well. And since it has no skirts, we're moving down to the lower body. It's got an excellent split. Pretty good leg rotation on the hip, and the leg can be raised this high up and this far back. Not that great. Double jointed knee bend, which is excellent. Ankle armor cannot swivel, however can tilt up and down. Feet has a side to side pivot, and a very limited rotation. The claws on the feet are able to move up and down, as well as the front portion of the foot. Overall, the Omegamon's articulation is decent. The arm movement is very restricted, however it has excellent lower body articulation. Even with the limited articulation, it can still pull off some cool poses, with the only limiting factor being the amount of extras this kit has. Because unfortunately, there ain't much. You get the Transcendent Sword, and you already know my thoughts on this. It's very disappointing. Bandai definitely cheapened out on this design. At a glance it doesn't look bad, but when you zoom in, you can see how the stickers have wrinkles and it just doesn't look nice. But it's easy to attach. There's a slot in the Metalgarumon and Wargreymon's head, and you just peg that in. And yeah, from a distance, it doesn't look bad, but it's still a sticker. Moving on, we got the barrel of the Supreme Cannon. Good amount of surface level detail on it, despite being, not something you'd focus on. And this is actually the long barrel. You are given a shorter barrel, allowing the Metalgarumon to actually have the barrel and close its mouth, but I lost it. To equip it, same deal, shove the peg right into the slot, looks pretty good. And yes, the cannon and the sword are interchangeable, in case you're wondering. And finally, we have the action base adapter. Plain adapter, specifically made for this kit, just slot it right here between the crotch. Grab yourself an action base, not included, and there you go. Being a member of the Royal Knight, it's gotta be able to fly, definitely looks better than any ground pose, and this is how I choose to display it. And that's all for extras. Yeah, unfortunately, this kit doesn't come with much. My theory for this is, I guess because this is the first kit in its line, Bandai didn't invest too much into this, especially since the frame is based off a 2010 frame. And you might be wondering, since it's based off an older frame, is it sturdy? Let's take a look with a shake test. That didn't take long. Yeah, despite being based on an old design, it's solid like a rock. At least for the body, I knew the cape was definitely gonna come off. It's just too heavy and the attachment is too small. Good thing they scrapped this design and made a much better one. Okay, now time for scale. Firstly, this kit stands around 7.5 inches, or around 19 centimeters, right around a master grade size. So here it is next to the master grade Arc 78 2.0, entry grade Arc 78 2.0, towers over the 144 scale, high-end master model Jaeger, the Figurized Standard Amplified Omegamon X Antibody Box, review coming to you soon, the real grade High New Gundam, another review coming to you, DK, Haro, Doraemon, a measuring tape, a kettle, and a yogurt. As for shelf presents, looking pretty good next to the other amplified boys. And so concludes my review of the Omega/Omnimon. What do I think about it? Should you get it? The kit itself looks pretty good. Only major issue I have with the appearance is that stupid sticker on the sword. Otherwise, the kit looks pretty cool. Overall articulation's alright, very limited in the arm section, but makes up for it in the legs. And though the kit doesn't come with much extras, it's still quite a solid kit, besides the cape. Now before you think that you should buy this or not, I'm gonna say the Omegamon X Antibody was released, so you might want to do some thinking before you buy it. Or you could just buy both of them, that's what I did. Gonna say though, the X Antibody's appearance greatly overshadows this one's, but the stickers still fucking suck on that kit also. However, if you still choose to buy the normal Omnimon, it's a good solid kit, I highly recommend it to beginners, and it still looks very good. Can't go wrong, I just want to bring up the X Antibody, just so you have options. Hey, thanks for watching my videos. I hope you like it. I enjoy making it. Let me know what you think. Now I just need to wait for some of my pre-order Digimon kits to come in. Really good year for Digimon lovers. Got plenty of kits to look forward to. If you like this review, check out my other Digimon reviews. Thanks again for watching my videos. Take care. Bye.